Well, this plan called for the mine to be detonated between 3:30 and 3:45 a.m. Damn, doing it SWAT team style. Come in while you're sleeping. On the morning of July 30th, Pleasance lit the fuse accordingly, but as with the rest of the mine's provisions, they had been given poor quality fuses, which his men were forced to splice themselves.
Oh, no.
After more and more time passed and no explosion occurred, the impending dawn creating a threat to the men at the staging points. 2 volunteers from the 48th Regiment, Lieutenant Jacob Dowdy and Sergeant Harry Reese, crawled into the tunnel.
Oh, no. After discovering that the fuse had burned out at a splice in the line, they spliced on a length of new fuse, and they said, let's do it again. Fire in the hole, bitches. Finally, 4:44 a.m., the charges exploded in a massive shower of earth, men, and guns. A crater still visible today was created, 170 feet long, 120 feet wide, and at least 30 feet deep.
Wow.
The explosion immediately killed 278 Confederate soldiers of the 18th and 22nd South Carolina. And it also stunned Confederate troops, and they did not direct any significant rifle artillery fire at the enemy for at least 15 minutes.
That's a long time.
Bro.
Well, fortunately for them, Ledley's untrained division was not prepared for the explosion, and reports indicate they waited 10 minutes before leaving their own entrenchments. Footbridges were supposed to have been placed to allow them to cross their own trenches quickly. Because they were missing, however, the men had to climb into and out of their own trenches just to reach no man's land.
Man.
Once they wandered to the crater, instead of moving around it as the troops had been trained, they thought it would make an excellent rifle pit in which to take cover.
No.
You're 30 feet down. What the fuck are you going to do?
Right, dude, they can just surround there and start just like
Right.
freaking fish in a barrel. Oh, wow. They therefore moved down to the crater itself, wasting valuable time and realizing too late that the crater was much too deep and exposed to function as a rifle pit, and quickly becoming overcrowded while the old Rebs, under Brigadier General William Mahoney, gathered as many troops together as they could for a counterattack. In about 1 hour, they had formed up around the crater. Oh, my gosh. And began firing rifles and artillery down into it that Mahone later describes as a turkey shoot.
Oh, my
dude. Wow.
The plan had obviously failed, but Burnside, instead of cutting his losses, sent in Ferrero's men. He's like, I'm getting these coloreds in here one way or another.
Go in the crater.
Right. Now faced with considerable flanking fire, they also descended into the crater.
Oh,
For
no.
the next few hours, Mahoney's soldiers, along with those of Major General Bushrod Johnson and artillery, slaughtered the 9 Corps as the Union soldiers attempted to escape from the crater or surrender. The black Union soldiers who attempted to surrender were specifically targeted for battlefield execution, or, if they were taken as prisoners, executed in the rear.
Oh, my gosh.